All right, looks like everything's up and running. Welcome to the live stream. It's kind of long. Still working on the bow coming out of my front hand better. So some of the shots are a little bit long because I'm still not quite used to that because I wasn't doing it correctly in the past. So that's what we're working on today. So if anybody has any questions or whatever archery related, how the World Cup's going, yeah, just let me know. Alright, that one was better. Hand still didn't really go forward, but it was an improvement. It is nice to be back to 70 meters. 18 or so was getting kind of boring, even though it was only a day. I took off yesterday, plus the weather wasn't that great. So I figured it was worth not doing the live stream because of all that. So yeah, we're back today. So 2 days ago we were at like 18 working on this, and now we're back to 70. So we're making some improvement. Yeah, all right, that one's better. Not too bad. Still needs to come out better. Sometimes I get caught up. I'm so used to just holding my hand there in one spot. gets kind of stuck. Nice. Very cool. All right, so that's actually all my arrows. I'll have to go down there and pull them, and I will be back, and we will continue the live stream. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the video I put out today. It seemed like Black Mamba's like a really nice, good company, and I like the people behind it, and they seem to be making really good products. I don't own any of them, but I really like how they're going about things and just really working on like improving archery. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that video. I felt like it was pretty informative and a good way to like kind of introduce them, because they're pretty well known in the US, but I felt like internationally they're not so well known. Maybe Europe, but yeah, hopefully people enjoyed that. All right, I'm back. Let's shoot another end. And it's getting darker here. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. We'll find out. The mailman's here. Not quite on that one. It was actually, it's actually a 10, but let's See the replay? Yeah, I moved so much on that shot. Oh. All right, I didn't move as much on that one, so that was much better. I think I'm going to pick up some 2-inch Jet 6 vanes. These are the 1 3/4, but I keep getting told by a lot of people that I need to try the 2-inch ones. So at some point I'm going to buy those and I'll be trying them out. And then I'll probably make a video on it because there's supposed to be a pretty, not a big difference, but since I have such long arrows, we're about 30 inches, depending on how you want to measure them, that I should be using 2-inch vanes and not 1 3/4. So I'm going to be testing that out at some point in the future. Oh, I would really like to show my groups. I can take pictures, but I'm working on getting another camera set up down there, probably wirelessly. But yeah, it would be cool to show at every end. The whole to show it live. Yeah, no, that's something I'm working on. I just have to get around to actually setting it up between like actual practice and everything else I do, going to work and stuff. Time's pretty tight, but well, it's getting there. It's getting there. I'll take a picture of this end. You can see some of my more questionable shots when I move too much. Not quite. All right, let's see. So we're out of arrows. I'm going to go down and pull them, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, kind of hard to see. Anyway, I have the group's a bit right, and funny enough, the N before was actually much better. The N before I just had like 2 in the 6 ring that were low, but I did the same thing. My bow arm like held well, and my hand just didn't go down. But then the rest were 9s and 10s. This one, for the most part, I felt besides that probably that 10 and that 9 that I have. The other ones that are in the mostly the red and that 1-6. That's all for me because I'm not. So I'm holding my arm, but the bow's not popping out. It's popping out of my hand very delayed. So I'm keeping way too much like tension in this hand, and then it's not coming out as cleanly and as smoothly, because when it does just pop out nice and easy, the whole process of it feels really repeatable, and it's like consistent, and I feel like I'm just driving that arrow into the 10 ring, and that's pretty much the result. Like I'll get a pretty nice tight group, and yeah, I don't know, overall it feels like a really good shot. For these, it did feel like it was a bit delayed. It was better than where I was a couple days ago, but still a work in progress. So this time I'm going to try to do the same thing, hold this bow arm, and make sure my hand goes down. Ooh, all right, another question. Need your opinion. Do you think all other divisions recognized in World Archery, barebow, instinctive bow, and longbow per Archery Book 4 have their place in World Archery outdoor and indoor target competitions? Yeah, why? Like, I don't know. In a way, why not? I think World Archery focuses on the Olympic ones and the target because well, okay, so Olympic recurve is obviously already in the Olympics, so they focus on that, and then they're focusing on the target compound because I feel like they believe that is the next best odds of or it has the best chance of getting into the Olympics as well. So I feel like they put more into hosting World Cup events for those 2 types of archery because of the whole Olympics thing. Also, compound is I don't know how big it is across the rest of the world. It's massive in the United States, of course, because of the hunting and things like that. So I would guess other countries it's pretty big too. Like longbow and stuff like that, I feel like those are going to get more, like I feel like World Archery is going to come out with more events for them, especially barebow. I could see barebow being the 3rd big one, where they really push like a barebow field for like a summer games or something like that, because there's a lot of talent there, and that would be distinctly different from Olympic recurve. And even target compound. So if that's what you're going, hopefully I understood your question correctly. Yeah, so like traditional barebow and longbow, I think World Archery will put more money into that and more tournaments around those events in the future. And as interest increases, I know barebow right now, especially what like well, in the U.S., like John Demmer shoots. So you have you have your Olympic recurve bow, obviously, without the sight and without the stabilizer, and no clicker. Basically, this type of barebow is getting very popular in the U.S. People that are starting archery are just sticking with the barebow, and then there's a lot more coverage of it. And at least where I am, I feel like that is really growing quite well, and I feel like World Archery has also gotten some kind of interest in it. So I could see. So you got your Olympic recurve already in the Olympics. They're trying to get compound in, or compound will get in for these upcoming Olympics, or at least they're talking about it. It should probably make it. And then I could see once they have those two in, because they're pretty permanent at that point once you get into the Olympics, unless you run into some serious problems. I think they'll work on barebow next in the Olympic Games, and then probably go from there. But I could see barebow getting in at some point just because it's such a unique take on the sport. Hopefully I answered your question. That's from reading it. That's what came to mind. My mind right away. So maybe I missed something or I'm a little off. But that is a really it's a good question, and I would really like to hear other people's thoughts on it. I don't know. Maybe I might have to make some kind of video related towards that topic, just to see what other people have to say about it. A little better. A little better. I'm probably going to get some people that are like, well, compound's not even in the Olympics. Stop trying to push for another event. But I think that's the point, though, because I don't know how swimming got all the events in the Olympics, but I feel like it was, one event got in for swimming. Now let's push another one, and they had 5 or 6 lined up right behind it. And every time one got through, they had another to, pretty much ram through right behind it. Oh, well, you took in, I don't know, breaststroke or whatever, and now let's do that in a relay system. I feel like they just kept adding on. Once they got one and it was oh, well, you got to take these. Look, it's a different variation. It's not the same thing. We got, I don't know, 1,000 meters, 2,000 meters. I'm probably way wrong on the distances, but I really feel like they just kept jamming those kind of down our throats. And I think we should do the same thing for archery. I think when compound gets, so we got mixed team in for Tokyo 2020. So 2024 or 2028, we should get compound in. And then I was talking to people that we should have some kind of squads, archery squads. It'll be your 2 top women and your 2 top men shoot together. We'll just keep throwing all these different combinations in there, and to see if we can get some more Olympic events. And with more Olympic events is more coverage, more people enjoying the sport. The word about archery is getting out there. So yeah, I don't know. I really elaborated on this, but yeah, that's kind of my take. Sorta. Not quite on that one. Now, my coach said that this the fixing of, you know, holding my front arm correctly and then letting the bow drop when I release, that's actually going to take some time. So I would like to, you know, improve as quickly and as consistently as possible. So I was told it takes on average about a month. So I'm going to try my best to work as hard as I can to really perfect this in under a month, because I have outdoor nationals in the beginning of August, somewhere around like August 7th or so. So I really want to have this squared away probably before the last week of July, if not sooner, you know. But I don't want to. I'm gonna do the best I can without pushing too hard and making a mess out of it. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. So far, I'm really liking the results. Even when I'm not doing it correctly, I'm still, you know, the last inning wasn't the greatest. I'm still shooting pretty good shots, and this is practice, so it's not like the score doesn't matter. I gotta shoot good shots, and then I'll get good groups, and I'll get good scores. So yeah. And I'm under attack. Kind of sent that one that way. Yeah. Yeah. I swear there could be a compilation video put together of all the crazy moves I make. When, oh, shot, good. Time to kill this bug that's eating me. Some of them are pretty big, so and they bite really hard. Like you could, some of these things they'll actually draw blood. Where they're biting, you'll get blood running down your leg. So like you don't really screw around with the bugs in the woods where I live. You go and you squish them, you kill them as quickly as possible. Besides, with all the scares, like what was it, like the Zika and West Nile and pretty much anything that lands on you, you want to get rid of it as quick as possible. Lyme's disease, we have ticks here too. It's a wilderness out where I shoot. Alright, that was pretty good besides the bow not going down as quick. My front arm held pretty well though. So we'll take a look at what it's like down there. Hopefully it should be a pretty good group. I've been told I'm shooting like pretty much pairs. So yeah, we'll see how that went. I'm gonna pick up the arrows and then I will be back. So anybody has any questions or just, you know, whatever you guys want to talk about, leave it in the comments section down below and I'll answer it when I get back. All right, so actually this one was a lot better. Sorta, kinda. All right, you guys kind of saw that. Anyway, 2 10s, 3 9s, 3 8s, and again, and then the 9s and the 8s are both going a little bit to the right. So yeah. And I think that I think the ones going to the right for me is maybe not so much like the bow popping out of my hand cleanly. I feel like the ones that go low, that's definitely from it not being like a really clean shot. But those over there, maybe I'm not as lined up, and I'm not using my back as well. I don't know. I'll have to keep working on it and see if I can really make a good, distinction on, what is what. But that's the feeling I'm getting about it so far. It's just that, make sure I'm using my back better, and not trying to do anything too crazy with it, because it is a simple sport. Sometimes. All right, so at this point in time, I'm forcing my wrist down because for the last, I don't know, like 10 years, 12 years, forever, I've always just held it as stiff as possible in my wrist. My bow arm would move and stuff, but my wrist on my bow arm would just stay pretty much as stiff as possible. Like, in the past, I've had like 16 ounces worth of weight on the front, on like a 30+ inch front rod. And my wrist wouldn't go lower than like 180 degrees, because I would just hold it there, which is probably not good. But right now, yes, I'm trying my best to just hold my bow arm, and then as the shot shoots, wrist down, wrist down. Well, kind of like down and in, so the bow swings in front of me here. But yeah. The long-term goal is I should be able to hold. I should be holding my bow arm nice and still, and when I release, my wrist will just naturally go down with the shot, because it probably should. And my coach showed me how not doing this was no good. So what we did was we took my finger sling off, and I shot my bow at blank bail. Without a finger sling. Of course, he was there to catch the bow. But what I was doing was, what was happening without the finger sling is that every shot I would go like that, pretty much. Little more dramatic, but every shot I would go up. I would shoot and go up and back. And that was because I wasn't putting I wasn't holding my bow arm, and I wasn't causing I guess my momentum of drawing the bow back. We weren't going forward with it. I was kind of like just dragging the whole shot backwards in a way until it clicked. Like, I was using my back. It's a bit complicated to explain unless you know kind of what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah. So I wasn't like my shoulder used to be collapsing kind of into the shot, and then I would shoot. So what we're doing now is by holding the shoulder forward, the hand, drops down, but it's keeping everything from moving backwards, which is really good, because I was having some problems with that. I would start getting tired, and I would find myself moving more and more back every shot I drew back. And now I can shoot more ends, and by holding, all of this in the front nice and steady, I'm getting better shots, and I can shoot for longer. I hope that answers your question. Oh, and breathing when I shoot. I'll breathe in when I draw back, and then I'll go and shoot, and then I'll breathe again. I honestly have not put a lot of thought into the breathing. from my perspective, I haven't had an issue with it, and my coach has not said anything about it. He feels like I don't have an issue with it. Maybe it'll be something I work on later on, but right now for him, he's been very strategic on the parts of my form we work on, and let's just like building up the overall like base of shooting. Like first, it was just, having the feet set right, standing nice and straight, not standing too far back, because I did have a problem where I would, instead of standing more like, I don't know, like this, I would arch back some. That wasn't helpful, so he made sure to take care of that. So we've been progressively just like building up from the center, and now we're working more on the two arms. Of course, we focused a lot on the release the last couple of weeks, setting up my shoulder and stuff, and making sure that my back is set up well so that I can actually expand correctly, or very close to, as correctly as possible, what works for me. And now the next hitch is this front shoulder moving back, so now we're working on that. So I feel like it's been very like strategic in a way in the development. It wasn't just like, oh, work on this. It's, oh, we're gonna work on this, because then once you master that, or you get, or you resolve the problem at hand, then we can work on the next portion of this. And then for me as an archer, I can see the improvement. It was like, oh, well, it's great that we worked on like finger placement on the finger tab and the string, because now that I'm working on this front shoulder, I can feel how important it is to, like, for me to properly like hook onto my string and draw it into my face and stuff like that. So I do feel like each step is building off the last one, and it's improving the last one as well, because it's all kind of tying together. I know that was a lot, and that was like on the fly explaining, but hopefully that makes a lot of sense. For me, I need a coach that has more of a plan. It's not just like, oh, fix this today, and then we'll fix something completely unrelated. For me, it's always been building blocks. Build a good foundation, and then expand from there. So I would say, I guess we're still in the foundation building part, because once we get the form pretty much squared away, we can work on little things that may need tweaks that work better for like how my body is and just how I function as a person, but just have like the basics down and then go from there. That one actually went left. wasn't the greatest shot though. Ugh. That was another thing with the bow flipping down now. I've realized how important it is to have a correctly sized finger sling, because yes, mine was too long, and the bow did some really it was doing some serious like bow jitsu stuff. It was going all crazy, and it was much harder to control. So yeah, it really helped me realize that you do need a particularly, or the size of your finger sling needs to be a particular size. Obviously you don't want it too tight, because then it's probably going to cause you to like grasp your bow more. But too loose, it does some wild things. You'll put your bow will wind up in places you never expected it to be. honest. Let's think about this. All right, a little better. I think I might be leaning back just a little bit. I get an instant replay down here. Anybody doesn't know. All right. All right, that was a little better. Yeah, it looks like I moved a little there on the end of that one. All right. All right, nah, not quite the best end. We'll work on it though. That's why there's such things as practice. All right. For anybody that's new here, welcome to the live stream. I try to do this every day at about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now that can vary based on weather, because if it's raining, I can't do this. Or if I'm out of town because I'm at a shoot, that's hard to do too. So stay tuned about every day at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for the Short Shot live stream where we just hang out, chat if you guys got questions. I'll be practicing so you can be entertained by either my successes with my form or the failures that happen sometimes. But in all, it's just a lot of good fun, and hopefully we can all grow together and enjoy the sport of archery. So I'll be right back. I shot all my arrows, and we'll shoot another end after this. All right, I'm back. Ooh, do I do any physical training once in a while? When I have time, I try to do. Well, we have a workout like a gym in our garage, so I'll work out with my brother. He's really big into lifting weights and things like that. And if you saw the guy, you would definitely agree. But yeah, he'll work with me, and we'll do like archery related things. We'll do some shoulder workouts and things like that. We'll even do like squats and stuff, because it's good to have like you want some legs in archery, because they got to balance your whole midsection. Let's see what else. I try to do like push-ups. I haven't done too many recently, just because I've been so busy and I've been really working on form stuff here. So I try not to be, because of everything going on, I don't want to wear myself out so for when I'm actually shooting arrows. Other than that, some core exercises, like what was it? We'll do like the bicycles, where your legs are, your opposite leg and your arm are meeting each other while you're laying on the ground on your back. We'll do like leg raises with my legs together, and then we'll slowly drop them down and then stop right before they hit the ground. We'll do like the back and forth ones. I'm sorry, I don't have official names on this stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, what we call them Russian twists, where you kind of sit on your butt, and then you have your feet up in the air. Not quite up, but like almost like you're sitting in a chair, but instead of sitting on your bottom in the chair, you're sitting on like the back part, almost, I guess not quite where your like tailbone is. Anyway, and then you're going back and forth. There's probably another name for them, but we've always been called them Russian twists. That's all like core stuff. So for me, yeah, it's a little bit hit or miss based on what else I'm trying to balance in my life. Ideally, I guess you would want a set schedule, given, I don't know, every day, every other day, even like 2 or 3 days a week, doing different workouts. Like, it's probably a set routine of workouts, but like doing them like, well, even once a week, but like 2 or 3 times a week. That would probably show some really great improvements. Maybe, like, the improvements would be like your overall like physical condition. You should be able to shoot more arrows. You should have like a better posture, and you should feel stronger. And then it should help you work on your form and improving your shot better. At least that's what I get. Like, if I do a whole bunch of like core related workouts, the next day, as long as I didn't overdo it, I usually feel stronger. I feel more stable. And then, after a day or two after that, you should probably do some more, because then you start not feeling as stable. But yeah, that's my overall experience. I would definitely like to do more, and it's something I'm always working on. I'm working on a lot of things. It's a great thing, and it's great and it's bad at the same time. But let's get back to working on this shoulder and this hand going down. All right. Yeah, that last one I really felt like I was leaning back on. Not quite. They're very close. It just, just not quite hitting the mark on how I need to be shooting these. All right, now moving backwards. All right, that was better. Not exactly what I wanted, but better than before. Well, bow arm held better. The release didn't, bow didn't really come out of my hand too well, but. All right, last arrow. Not quite, but that'll work. All right. So let's see. Okay, scores for Gator Cup and SoCal Showdown are both at betweenends.com. For World Cup in Salt Lake, I've just been going to worldarchery.org. Excuse me, and then they should have some kind of thing right in the center of the screen. It should say like live results now, and then you can go through like the categories and find the division of archers you're looking for. But yeah, so between ends for Gator Cup and SoCal Showdown. They'll probably use the same one for Nationals. Let's see, and then yeah, World Cup. Use the World Archery website, and you can go to INESCO. I don't know exactly how that's spelled, but anyway, you should get it through World Archery for the World Cup stuff, and be able to see that there. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up the live stream. I need to take a little bit of break, not quite shooting as well as I want, so I don't want to shoot a lot of bad shots because I feel like that's not going to help me. So hopefully everybody enjoyed watching this. I had a great time live streaming with everybody today. Awesome questions. Hopefully everybody found this entertaining and interesting at some level. Other than that, see everybody tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, I will be here. The stream will be happening unless it rains. I hope it doesn't rain. The bugs come out more if it rains. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy shooting!